You feel it in your chest first. It is a hollowness, a vacuum where your dignity used to reside. You are staring at a screen, illuminated by the cold blue light of a phone that refuses to buzz. You sent the message hours ago. You carefully crafted the words to be witty, to be kind, to be accommodating. You offered your time, your resources, and your attention on a silver platter. And in return, you received silence. This silence is not empty. It is heavy. It screams at you. It tells you that your value is low, that your presence is optional, and that your absence would go unnoticed. You scroll back. You see the imbalance in the geometry of the text bubbles. Yours are long, detailed, explanatory. Hers are short, sporadic, indifferent. You feel the sting of injustice because you have been told a lie since you were a boy. You were told that if you were good, if you were virtuous, if you were the provider and the protector and the nice guy who listens, you would be rewarded with loyalty and desire. But tonight, looking at that screen, you realize the world does not work that way. The nice guy is not the hero of this story. He is the martyr. And nobody respects a martyr until he is dead, that if you are ready to burn that martyr at the stake and rise from the ashes as something colder, sharper, and infinitely more powerful, then you have found your tribe. This is not for the weak. This is not for the sentimental. If you are prepared to leave behind the man who begs for attention to become the man who commands respect, your journey begins right here. Subscribe to this frequency. Join the few who understand the code, that we must first dismantle the architecture of your failure. The mistake you make is philosophical. You believe that human beings, specifically women, operate on a currency of gratitude. You believe that if you pour affection into the vessel, affection will pour back out. Niccolò Machiavelli, the architect of power, warned us about this 500 years ago. He wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, and covetous. He was speaking of the masses, but the rule applies to the dynamics of attraction. When you give everything without cost, you do not create love, you create contempt. Biology dictates this. In the wild, that which is easily obtained is not valued. The deer does not respect the grass it grazes on. It respects the predator that hunts it. You have made yourself grass. You have made yourself abundant, safe, and flavorless. You are fighting a war for her heart with flowers, while biology is fighting a war for her survival with strength. You cannot negotiate desire. You cannot logic someone into loving you. You must trigger the ancient mechanisms of the brain that respond to authority, scarcity, and strength. To do this, we must look at the 9 laws of power, adapted from the shadowed halls of Florentine politics to the modern battlefield of relationships. The first law is perhaps the hardest for the modern man to swallow because it goes against every instinct of the pleaser. The law is, never outshine the master, but in this context, never surrender your crown to be a jester. When you try too hard to impress, when you perform acts of service hoping for a pat on the head, you are signaling a lower status. You are the court jester dancing for the queen. The strategist knows that the prize does not dance. The prize sits still. To make a woman respect you, and by extension follow your lead, you must stop trying to prove you are worthy of her. Instead, your behavior must quietly communicate that you are evaluating if she is worthy of you. This is not arrogance, it is selection. The weak man leans forward, eager, spilling his achievements and his jokes like a merchant desperate to sell his wares. The strong man leans back. He listens more than he speaks. When he does speak, his words are weighted. He does not seek validation, he grants it sparingly. You must become the judge, not the applicant. This leads us directly into the second law. Conceal your intentions. The nice guy is an open book. He declares his feelings too early. He lays out his entire life plan on the first date. He is predictable, and predictability is the death of seduction. Machiavelli advised princes to keep their counselors in the dark about their true designs until the moment of execution. In romance, you must cultivate an air of mystery. Do not answer every question fully. Do not be available every time she calls. When you are transparent, you are easily manipulated because she knows exactly what you want and how to withhold it to control you. But when you are a fog, a shadow that cannot be fully grasped, she becomes obsessed with figuring you out. She will spend hours analyzing your silence, your half-smile, your sudden departure. In that mental space, in her anxiety and her curiosity, desire is born. You must be a puzzle she can never quite solve. Now we descend deeper into the psychology of the silent king with the third law. Always say less than necessary. Powerful men do not babble. In every interaction, the person who speaks the most is the one with the least power. The person talking is the one trying to explain, trying to justify, trying to convince. The listener holds the cards. When you are with her, embrace the silence. Let it hang in the air. Most men are terrified of a pause in conversation. They rush to fill it with nervous chatter. The strategist lets the silence stretch until it becomes heavy. He looks her in the eyes and says nothing. In that silence, she will feel the weight of your confidence. She will be forced to fill the void, to work for your approval. Your words must be like gold coins, rare, valuable, and only spent when they purchase something of value. If you are arguing, this is even more critical. The weak man argues with logic and emotion, raising his voice. The strong man states his position once, calmly, and then withdraws his attention. He does not engage in the bickering of children. The fourth law deals with the economy of effort. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. In the realm of relationships, this translates to letting her invest in you. The tragedy of the nice guy is that he does all the work. He drives, he pays, he plans, he fixes, he calls, he texts. He invests so much energy that he becomes terrified of losing the investment. This is known as the sunk cost fallacy. You must flip the script. You must create space for her to invest in you. Ask her to do small favors. Let her plan the evening. Let her be the one to initiate the contact. When a person invests effort into something, their brain rationalizes that the object of their effort must be valuable. If she cooks for you, if she travels to see you, if she worries about you, her value for you increases. Do not rob her of the opportunity to fall in love with you by doing everything yourself. Be the statue that demands to be sculpted. That we move to the fifth law, which is crucial for maintaining your masculine frame. Win through your actions, never through argument. It is impossible to demonstrate authority by debating it. Every time you argue with a woman, you are descending to a level of equality that destroys the polarity needed for attraction. If you are the rock and she is the ocean, the rock does not argue with the waves. It simply stands. If she tests you, if she disrespects you, do not engage in a verbal battle. Do not try to explain why you are right. Simply act. Withdraw your attention. End the date. Walk away. Your actions scream louder than your voice ever could. When you remove your presence because a boundary was crossed, you teach her that you are a man of high value who will not tolerate disrespect. She may be angry in the moment, but deeply, biologically, she will feel a surge of respect for a man who cannot be bullied. The sixth law is the antidote to the nice guy's suffocation, infect with absence. Demand increases when supply decreases. This is basic economics, yet men forget it when they are in love. You believe that if you are always there, she will love you more. The opposite is true. If you are always there, you are taken for granted. You must learn to withdraw. You must have a mission, a purpose, a life that is bigger than her. When you are away, conquering your goals, working on your body, building your empire, you are increasing your value. You must be willing to step back and let the cold wind of your absence hit her. Let her wonder where you are. Let her wonder who you are with. In that space of absence, she constructs a fantasy of you that is far more powerful than the reality. You become a giant in her mind. Do not be afraid to go dark. The sun is only worshipped because it sets. The seventh law requires a darker hand. Keep others in suspended terror or, in our terms, cultivate unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit, but they are addicted to the thrill of the unknown. A relationship that is perfectly safe, perfectly predictable, and perfectly routine is a relationship that is dying. The nice guy is safe. He calls at the same time. He eats at the same places. He has the same reactions. He is boring. The strategist introduces chaos. Change your plans at the last minute. Surprise her with a trip, or surprise her with a sudden withdrawal of affection if she has not earned it. Be warm one moment and cool the next. This intermittent reinforcement is the same psychological mechanism that makes gambling addictive. If the machine pays out every time, you get bored. If it pays out unpredictably, you pull the lever forever. You must be the source of both her stability and her anxiety. It is a delicate balance, but it is the only way to maintain high-stakes desire. The eighth law is about self-respect. Despise the free lunch. In Machiavellian terms, this means avoiding obligations that come with strings attached. But for you, it means understanding that you should not accept scraps of affection. The nice guy accepts whatever little attention she throws his way and treats it like a feast. The strategist has standards. If she offers low-effort behavior, you do not accept it. You do not accept a last-minute date request because she was bored. You do not accept a one-word reply. You ignore it. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. If you tolerate mediocrity, you will be surrounded by it. By rejecting the free lunch, by rejecting low-effort interactions, you signal that your time is premium real estate. You force her to step up her game if she wants to play in your arena. Finally, the 9th law: pose as a friend, work as a spy. This sounds malicious, but it is simply observational intelligence. Men often project their own fantasies onto women. You see an angel because you want to see an angel. You must stop projecting and start observing. Watch her actions, not her words. Watch how she treats waiters. Watch how she talks about her ex-lovers. Watch what she does when she thinks you are not looking. Gather intelligence on her character, her triggers, her insecurities, and her true desires. The nice guy is so busy trying to be liked that he forgets to check if he actually likes her. The strategist is always assessing. When you understand her deeply, you can bypass her defenses. You can speak to her soul because you have taken the time to study the map of her psyche. This gives you ultimate leverage. Now, understand the transformation that happens when you integrate these 9 laws. It is not something you say, it is something you become. Imagine the weight of a suit of armor, not one that burdens you, but one that makes you impervious. You walk into a room, and you do not scan for approval. You bring your own atmosphere. You feel the ground solid beneath your feet. When you look at her, you are not looking up from a place of need. You are looking down from a place of selection. The pain you felt at the beginning, that hollowness of the unanswered text, dissolves. It is replaced by a cold, calm amusement. You see the games people play, and you no longer get swept up in them. You are the game master now. You realize that by prioritizing your own mission, your own dignity, and your own strength, you have become the very thing she was searching for all along. She did not want a fan, she wanted a leader. She did not want a servant, she wanted a king. This is not about manipulation for the sake of evil. It is about aligning yourself with the reality of human nature. It is about protecting your soul from being cannibalized by a world that has no mercy for the weak. It is about standing up straight with your shoulders back and accepting the burden of authority. The shift is physical. Your heart rate slows down. Your voice drops an octave, resonating from the chest rather than the throat. You stop fidgeting. You stop apologizing for your existence. You become a force of nature, as inevitable as the tide. And when you change, everything around you changes. She will sense it. She will test it. And when she hits the wall of your stoicism and realizes it does not move, she will surrender. Not out of fear, but out of relief. Relief that finally, she has found a man who cannot be broken. So here is your challenge. The next time you feel the urge to plead, to explain, to overcompensate, or to seek validation, you will stop. You will embrace the silence. You will lean back. You will let the anxiety burn through you without acting on it. You will kill the nice guy in the basement of your mind, so that the strategist can ascend to the throne. The world does not need more boys trying to be good. It needs men capable of being dangerous, who choose to be disciplined. The crown is heavy, but it is yours if you have the courage to pick it up. Welcome to the reality.